gonna get the penta kill for Ricky.
Oh,
holy
got knocked out.
smokes,
We're gonna
Crash. Zephyron clapping absolutely everyone in that fight. Coming through for Barlow, the man, the myth, the legend. Face here getting up this fight. Down on the feather. Nice ult.
Hello, Saints Nation, and welcome back to some more St. Clair League of Legends action. My name is Jackson the Pride Brown, joined alongside Josh Fundy Pafundi. What a game from our first one there. We got a NECC preseason doubleheader here. Starting off was York. Saints do fall in that one. However, they are looking to regain now in the second best of one of the night. Going to be up against Bay State Esports here in these NECC preseason. How are you feeling about this upcoming game, Josh?
Yeah, this upcoming game, hopefully more. I want to see St. Clair go for like a less aggressive start, a less greedy start. Last game we saw, I want to say the game was over in the first 2 minutes. I mean, there was 2 kills on Bay State side on York side. Bay State is our opponent this game. On York side, from like 2 minutes in, by 5 minutes it was like 8-1 or something. I mean, the game was like essentially done. So yeah, I want to see I want to see a much more passive start from St. Clair here.
I just want to see a good game. Like I
yeah,
want to see like the both teams battling. Like
game.
Exactly, yeah. That's what we're definitely looking for on the production side of things for sure. I'm sure the guys in the nest though. I'm sure the guys on the Saints roster are looking for a nice little clean finish here though. But it is still the preseason. We emphasized in our last little introduction that these matches don't really have that impact on the playoff seeding or whatever it may be. So it is just going to be a great time to get that scrim practice in and get a new champ select in. So far from what we've seen from the Saints, they are pretty much following the meta kind of with how it's been going. Same with a lot of these other teams as well. Everybody kind of just following the meta at this point in time, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? To like kind of get more comfortable with the meta, and that's what I feel like a lot of these teams are using the preseason for here to start us off. So regardless, Bay State, it's going to be interesting to see. I'm not sure exactly if I can give like any like really good set predictions here on this one, with both rosters being very, very evenly matched from what I've heard. But it's going to be a good one.
Ranks, it looks like fairly evenly matched.
I do want to point out though, a little bit of information I did have on the back line though. The ADC from Bay State is actually a former LCS Academy player there for the what was it again? The Golden Guardians. Yeah, I got the word from production there. Yeah, the Golden Guardians there. He was there for a few months on that roster, so now going to be playing for Bay State. It's just something to keep an eye on. I'm going to be definitely keeping an eye on the ADC here from Bay State. If you're making it to LCSA, you're definitely, a stronger player, right? So
definitely a strong player. I do remember, I believe his name is Jurassic.
Yeah,
I do remember from last season, he definitely did put in a lot of work. I want to say he was on like a Vayne one game or maybe a Jhin. I can't remember 100%, but yeah, I do remember him definitely putting in a lot of work. He definitely showed like pretty high level play in our games last season.
One thing I do want all the viewers back at home to keep in mind though, this is Bay State's third roster, being the blue roster. So there's still lots of talent coming from Bay State League of Legends that's not being shown here tonight in this matchup. So keep that in mind. St. Clair Saints here up against Bay State Blue is what they're going by. We are going to be getting started here with the draft in just a few moments. And I feel like the draft is something we're going to have to keep a close eye on here, and it's going to really sway in the outcome of this game.
Yeah, I mean, like we saw last game, I mean, the first 2 picks, we saw the Caitlyn Lux bot lane come out, and that was the power picks in the game. And then, of course, we saw St. Clair take the same picks last week. Like, the draft is really important right now because the meta is very dependent on the picks that are strong, right?
Yeah, the meta is definitely very dependent on the picks that are shown for sure. So here we are. It's going to be the initial 6 bans coming through here from either side getting us kicked off. And I feel like Bay State definitely going to try to do something very similar to what York was doing, taking away those top lane characters from Ricky. But that is going to be the first ban coming through from Bay State. How are you feeling about that one? I mean, the Lux is going to take away a lot of support.
Yeah, I mean, and that goes for both sides, right? Like, I don't know 100% like what Bay State's bot lane plays, but I mean, Lux just being so strong in the support role right now, that is like a big hit to St. Clair, especially because we've seen FaZe likes to play the Lux, especially in conjunction with the Caitlyn from Barlow, right? So we are going to see how that goes. I mean, so much CC from that pick. So, CC, her E provides vision, like she got shielding, long range. And then we are going to see the LeBlanc ban come out from St. Clair College, which is a little bit different of a mid laner than we see in the meta often, although there are obviously the players that are strong on LeBlanc are always strong on LeBlanc. I mean, once you have those mechanics down, it's gonna be, you're gonna be playing well regardless of the patch, right? Regardless of where she's at, if you're good at her, you're good at her.
Yeah, if Bay State does have that, LeBlanc comfort pick there, that's definitely going to make sense on kind of why St. Clair is looking to ban that one off. But moving on, we are going to see our second ban come through from the side of St. Clair here now.
Yeah, second ban coming in, Viego ban. Viego has been a very strong jungler, fit into a lot of the strong poke comps that are out right now. So Viego, he has a lot of mobility, he's always in there, and once the enemy is low, right, his ult is, I believe it's an execute, don't 100% quote me on that, but when he ults in, right, he's going to be able to get in, he's getting kills, and he's getting invulnerable, which means he is going to be able to get a heal off after that. He's going to turn into another champion, right? He starts snowballing, he starts resetting, and we see that a lot. And then the Corki ban coming out from Bay State. Like we said last game, Corki so strong in team fights. Once he gets 2 items, I mean, the champ's basically unstoppable.
You see him banned in like almost every game. Like he used to come
he's
play
just that
here.
good. It's Corki or Victor is what I like. Is like the mid laners that I
pick your
always see
poison
banned.
kind of.
Yeah,
almost type of thing,
exactly.
Right. So it's like, what do you want to deal with here in this game? Like, what do you want allowed to come through this ban select, whatever it may be. So the final bans
Jinx
are coming
ban.
through. Yeah, that Jinx definitely Gonna hurt St. Clair's comfort picks, right? That St. Clair really liking that Jinx
Barlow
play.
loves the Jinx.
Exactly, right? So that's what I'm saying. It looks like Bay State is really kind of formatting their bans off of taking these comfortable players away from St. Clair. So that's exactly what we do see early on here. The final ban going to come through.
Yeah, and then Fiora is going to come through for St. Clair. Probably a comfort pick from Bay State's top laner, but also a nice ban out to help a lot of Ricky's matchups, right? Fiora has a lot of true damage in her kit, and a lot of Ricky's champs that he likes to play are some of these tankier, bruisery champs that like to, they'll get a few damage items, right, but then they stack up their resistances later, right? So the Fiora is a nice good counter to those, usually. So getting that out of the way, it will make Ricky's life a little bit easier in this game.
Yeah, Ricky was proving to be a very dominant top lane in the last game there against York. Despite the struggles that St. Clair faced in that first one, Ricky came through with a fairly positive outlook on it. He really showed himself that he was a very valuable asset to the team, and he can prove to do so once again here in this matchup against Bay State. Now that's going to be the first pick coming through actually for this one. Bay State going to be choosing for that one through.
Yeah, Karma coming through. We saw it last game from Fez, right? From FaZe. Very strong pick. Like, even though it didn't work out too well, Karma is a strong pick in the bot lane, especially with the Lux banned, right? So, Karma, so much utility for the team. She's got slow, she's got roots, she's got shields, movement speed, everything.
Woo!
And we are going to see the
I love
Caitlyn
this.
come out.
I love
seeing the
from
Barlow
St. Clair.
Caitlyn.
Yeah, the Barlow Caitlyn, it was so good in week 1 of CLOL there for the Saints, and I am so excited to see here once again from St. Clair. I believe Barlow will be able to utilize that one to his full capabilities, and it's just been looking good so far all season long.
Yeah, and Sona is actually going to come out for the support pick. This is a very different pick than we've seen, right? FaZe, he likes to play a lot of the champs that can get early kills and kind of early leads, but Sona doesn't have much CC until she hits that level 6, right? She doesn't have any CC. She can give the movement speed to Barlow for that escape, but the kill power is not really there until level 6, right? And Xayah coming out from Bay State, pretty strong pick. We had seen her a lot last season. Not too much this season. I feel like she's getting overshadowed by a lot of the Jinxes and the Caitlyn's, right?
Yeah, with all those meta changes coming through and the Jinx and the Caitlyn's being on the table still, it, like you said, overshadowed, right? It's not as looked into.
Yeah, and then Rakan coming out. Oh, so it looks like we're getting a Xayah Rakan bot lane, actually. So this Karma pick probably going to be flexed to mid or top, right? So we will see how that goes. I'm assuming more of a pick, I want to say.
I think you do not want the Karma in top lane against Ricky. Like that is, that's why I'm definitely agreeing with you. You're gonna probably see that Karma maybe lean a little bit more towards that mid lane, but wow,
Lee Sin pick coming out. Now, I'm assuming this one's for jungle. Obviously, we have seen Lee Sin mid, we've seen Lee Sin top come out in past seasons, but I mean, Fresh, this is a very mechanically demanding champ, right? I mean,
but he's pretty comfortable on it.
He is. Lee Sin, he's like the highlight king of League of Legends, right? So Lee Sin, we haven't seen Fresh from him at least this year, but I'm excited to see what he can do, right? We've seen him on the Rengar. He's pretty comfortable on like mechanically skilled champs
Yeah.
that require like a lot of
Well,
inputs.
like, the Rengar being his comfort pick is
Yeah.
what makes it a little bit more, kind of better variable here for St. Clair. So the Saints bans are looking to come through here now. We did already see the one from Bay State, but yeah,
the Aatrox ban.
the
like,
Aatrox ban, yeah.
classic.
I mean, it's a classic, right?
It's like I'm actually surprised they haven't banned the Jax yet, but I mean, yeah, it's like a perma
they only
ban
have
in
one
most
more
games
time,
against St. Clair, right?
to ban the Jax, and
Yeah.
I'm very anticipating to see if the Jax will come through. But it is going to be getting banned right here, right now, just as we were talking about.
Yeah.
They do not want to allow the top laner to have that Jax in his arsenal, being Ricky. I mean, being one of those favorite characters of his, the favorite champs of his. To cut that one loose from the side of St. Clair is definitely going to be an asset for Bay State in this game.
Yeah, and then the bans coming out from St. Clair. I mean, we saw the Zinzao and we saw the Hecarim, two strong jungle picks right now. Hecarim has a lot of like different builds he can go right now, depending on where he needs to like fit into the team, whether he needs damage or like just straight engage. Right? There's this Chemtag build right now that he's just got so much movement speed, and he's able to quite literally pick out any target he wants in the enemy team. And the Azir pick coming out for Zephyros. We've seen Zephyros on the Azir before, right? He's pretty comfortable on it. Once again, another slow, scaly mid laner. We're seeing the mid lane picks like this. It's just...
This comp compared to last game's comp is definitely looking a little bit more locked down for the Saints in my eyes. It looks like they're picking a lot more like champs they're comfortable on.
Yeah.
Champs they know they can play, and champs they know work well together. That is exactly what I am liking to see from St. Clair here. It is going to be Bay State coming through with their final two picks. What are your opinion on those here, Josh?
Sedge and Camille. I mean, Camille, super strong pick in the top lane. Like, most people would put her at like the top 5 in the game right now. And like very strong. She's got so much CC. She's a good duelist, a good split pusher. And then once she scales later into the game, 2 items, right? She's so strong. And then we are going to see the Renekton come out from Ricky. I mean, we've seen the Renekton. Like, Ricky's Renekton, what was it, last week? He got the first blood, was like low health, and then came in and just fought off the gank as well.
Yeah,
and like
unreal.
picked up the second solo kill at like a quarter health. I mean, Renekton's super strong, usually going the lethality build. Sedge coming in for the jungle pick for Bay State. Super strong champ. I mean, the tankiness is there. The CC is there. It really rounds out the comp. Bay State's team fight looking a lot stronger than St. Clair's at this moment. I mean, St. Clair does have a lot of... They've got a lot of good champs in the team fight. I mean, you've got the range from the Caitlyn. The Sona Enchanter support is definitely going to like provide a lot of utility for the team. And of course, the Lee Sin kick is always potent in those team fights for the highlight reels, like we said.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, the Sedge ult, the Rakan ult, Xayah is going to be constantly putting in those piercing damage. And then we're seeing Karma. She's got shields. She's got the slow, right? Like,
it looks like St. Clair's a lot more set up just to play their dedicated lanes and to
Yeah.
play them correctly, right? I mean, but if it does come down to the point where Bay State does force on these team fights, that's where it could really, be the
Yeah.
dagger for St. Clair that really does end this one out here. So there's going to be a lot to break down going into this one. We are going to be hopping underway with our game here in just a few seconds, as it is going to be St. Clair and Bay State looking to get underway. I mean, overall, though, like you were saying, I could not agree more. The team fight, you will have Bay State looking like a little bit of an advantage. There is those puzzle pieces for St. Clair that are there, but will they all come together? That's the question.
yeah, definitely. St. Clair just has a difficult team fight to set up, right? Because you're going to be reliant on the Azir, trying to position those soldiers right, probably trying to force the Camille out or the Rakan out with that ult to try and cancel out some of their die potential. I mean, the Rakan, he's trying to go through and run through as many people on the team as possible. So if that Azir ult kind of comes in as the counter,
Yeah.
that's probably going to be the turning point in the fight, provided Barlow has that damage output. And he can scale up in these first 10-20 minutes. I think St. Clair's got a pretty good fighting chance, but overall Bay State got a lot of good engage and a lot of good like sustained CC coming out here in the fight. So.
Yeah, so I'm very, very excited to actually get this one underway and start here. The Saints are looking to turn around their NECC preseason start, off to an 0-1 start against York. York, I mean, a team that, hasn't really been always like, kind of amazing in League of Legends, has really stepped up their game in that last one, so proving to be a 1-0 victor over St. Clair. But we are going to be helping into this matchup against Bay State here, starting now. St. Clair College at Bay State College here in the second game of the NECC preseason. We are going to get this one started here right now. It's going to be a best of one between these these two teams.
Yeah, so now we actually get to see which players are playing which roles too. 'Cause
Exactly.
we did not know them in the draft actually. So Admirable Potato going to be coming out on the recon. Jurassic, like we had talked about, he's going to be on the Xayah. Xayah actually might have been who he was playing last season when I was talking about when I thought it was the Vayne, because I remember Xayah being very strong last season. And then of course we got Raylick on the Karma, Skittles two Skittles actually. on the Sedge, and then Akira who in the top lane with the Camille. Ignite TP top lane. So classic what we've seen from Camille, right? He's looking to get the scaling as well as the lane presence that comes from the Ignite, which is very good in that matchup into the Renekton because it kind of helps you fight a lot of his healing that comes out, especially when you don't really need the flash.
Yeah, so here we are, some initial engages, but this is where we see a very different start from the first game from St. Clair, right? Rather than going for that initial risky kind of team fight play, it is going to be St. Clair playing this one nice and passive and one-on-one, right? You know, St. Clair, the comp isn't as suited for team fights this time around, so they're not going to be going for that one. It's going to be FaZe and Jurassic, Admiral Potato, and I believe there's one more player from St. Clair down there. That is going to be Barlow down there as well, all in that bottom lane, just really trying to, you know, scrap it out and see if they can get the advantage early on bottom lane, because bottom lane last game is really what hurt St. Clair.
Yeah, for sure. And I liked just seeing them set up like the point defense in jungle, right? Getting everyone set up there just in case there's another invade that comes in, right? You don't want to be set behind, especially into a comp like this that has a lot of CC that can pick off a lot of people, right? Their con is always there for the picks, everything like that.
Ricky, yeah, I mean, he had a good amount of damage dealt there actually onto Akira Hu, but it's just not going to be enough to be able to get that cleanup, but there is still a little bit of engage going on here. Skittles, too, actually will be coming through up in here to help, and this could be Ricky losing his life nice and early on. That's going to be the first blood going in favor of Bay State there. The top lane fight going to come through. Ricky will result in falling. However, it is going to be the bottom lane looking to get into a little bit of a tussle here as well, as St. Clair has forced Bay State way back onto their turret.
Yeah, honestly, I wanted to see Ricky just, like, not burn the flash there. I mean, he was already basically at 1 health. The Ignite was already on him. He was pretty well dead regardless. Yet he decides to flash into that middle bush there. Like, maybe it was trying to get rid of some of the auto pressure, but I mean, I feel like he was already dead. So that is going to be both summoners down on Ricky. And Akira is able to TP back into this top lane. Oh, bot lane skirmish coming out.
Yeah, the skirmish coming out for sure. It is going to be FaZe getting tagged down and shot through. Ricky here now, very weak. Akira, who will find that one over towards the top lane. Jurassic will be getting cleaned up there from Barlow, but Barlow is in a sticky situation, and Admiral Potato will be the one to shut that one down here now, as it is going to be Akira, who looking to push on towards this Saints turret. This could be a plate down here early on and some gold gained, but it is going to be Akira, who looking to ultimately fall off here. Channel back to spawn and call that one a day. Bay State going to take an early advantage in this game, leading by about 1.3k gold and 2 kills.
Yeah, that tower dive coming out onto Ricky. I mean, we saw 2 engages come out at the same time. Skittles 2 did end up dying to that like residual turret damage that came out after, which is pretty good for Ricky considering how down in CS he is and that he does not have the TP to come back and match that. But once again, another skirmish in the bot lane, but Fresh using the ward hop, able to get out.
Yeah, able to quickly leave that situation there. It is going to be Zephyron actually dealing a decent bit of damage there on the Rallic, but it's just looks like he's going to be falling off that play and trying to keep his life. Potato and Co. going to be making their way around here towards this bottom lane side as well. And Ricky, could we see him getting another engagement with Akira Hu here? Looks like Ricky wants to take this one. Akira Hu actually going to be diving in there. Ricky tagged down. Does some even damage is dealt between these 2 level 4 players, as it's now about very similar HP. I mean, that fight could go either which way. It is going to be Fresh also stunned down, and I mean, this is just very, very engaging on both sides of the field. And that's going to be a big stun, and that's Akira Hu now tagged down, looking to potentially go back and take that fight. Ricky is actually going to be in a stuck situation here. Now Ricky down to 1 HP. Now he's forced to fall off.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that passive shield come back on up on the Camille, and with all of Camille's abilities up, he's able to get a quick trade off on Ricky. Ricky has really nothing back up, right? So he's going to be forced to just soak that damage and then push the wave there. Over here in the mid lane, once again, like, I'm not expecting to see much out of the mid lane this game, to be honest. I mean, the Azir, he's definitely got a lot of poke, right? But Karma is just not a champ that's going to be, like, having those crazy solo kills at the starting or doing anything like that.
That's it.
The top lane,
Yeah, top lane getting into quite the engagement. It's going to be Acura who they're closing out, so that is going to be a big pick from St. Clair to really try to turn things around here a little bit, as it is going to be a lot of this damage getting dealt. Zephyron Ralik could have a little bit of engagement as well, but does look like the bot lane is going to be the main focus here right now with Jurassic and Potato getting into their engagements, but I mean, just a little bit of poke play and fall off. So regardless, St. Clair will be able to creep back up here a little bit gold-wise and kills-wise. However, in the process, Bay State did find a dragon.
Yeah, the dragon is nice to get for Bay State at the starting of the game, and Fresh pretty aggressive counter jungling here. So the root's gonna come out.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to get away from this one, I don't think. That is going to be everybody coming in to slay down Fresh. Akira, who just hopping over and just coming in hot and ready to clean that one up for the side of Bay State now, taking, still only less than 1,000, gold advantage. But, that dragon is definitely something I really have my eye on for Bay State.
Yeah, for sure. So now we're seeing like a 1k gold advantage for Bay State. I mean, bot lane still pretty even, to be fair, and Barlow has even picked up a bit of a CS lead while Jurassic and Potato were out of the lane. But I mean, it's going to be pretty even there, but the amount that this Camille is taking on the other side of the map, right? I believe no plates have been taken down yet, but I mean, the aggressive trades that come out here, when the bone plating is up, the passive is going to come up. Ricky's trying to do his best, right? He's going to get that damage in. But now, we're probably going to see in a couple of seconds, right? Akira, once the passive come back up, we're probably going to see a hook shot. She's going to go in, and another trade is going to come out, and they're going to even out in health. Like, that's what we've been seeing for the past.
Yeah, that's just going to be
here,
top
right?
lane. That's going to be the storyline of this game here in top lane. It's just, this kind of poke and fall off play here between those two top lanes. But Zephyron and Ralik, I mean, they've been really dealing a lot of damage to each other and then just falling off, right? And, you don't really see the finaling blow coming through at all. But regardless, I mean, St. Clair still keeping the pressure on as Bay State is. I mean, this is a very even game so far. This is exactly what we were asking for.
Yeah, Rally getting a lot of damage there. Oh, Zephyron with the Shurima shuffle to Potato. Potato's going to come back in, maybe take a little bit of damage here. Ralik able to dodge it.
Fresh is going hunting here now. He could be finding something, but it does look like Ralik and Potato will be able to make it away. Fresh is actually going to get pulled in here and rooted. He's going to get taken down. The aggressiveness is not bang off Fresh. Yes, he will be able to sneak away ever so slightly with his team's help, but that got a little bit too scarier than what it should have been. Fresh was just barely able to sneak away there. This top lane fight has just been, kind of the same all night long here so far between these two players, but it is going to be Ricky getting jumped on here now, Skittles, and it is going to be Akira who. It is going to be Ricky now into a tough situation. He will find one there, at least taking out Akira who. Skittles is also tagged down, so this could be big, but it doesn't look like Ricky will find anything in that regard as of yet. Jurassic and Barlow getting into an engagement as well.
Yeah, really taking so much damage again. But I mean, that's the classic we see from Ricky, right? Like, we saw him get ganked earlier in the game, but on a lot of these champs that he plays, it is so easy for him to come out with that slight health advantage. He plays a lot of champs that heal up during the fight, right?
Exactly.
So he is able to get that sustain and just outlast Akira while he does that damage. The ult was burned on Akira. Skittles' ult was not up there, but Skittles, coming in, he's going to lose all of his health, forced to back, and the Rift Herald is going to be taken on St. Clair's side.
Yeah, that's really big for St. Clair, just have the Rift Herald to at least get some of this turret damage done early. They've already knocked a few plates off of some of these turrets, so I mean, if they can just inflict all the damage they need, it will be definitely a benefit. But just as we were talking about turrets, I mean, Jurassic and Potato inflicting a good amount of damage onto one of the Saints turrets from themselves. So that is a little bit
also taking that kill on Barlow under tower there with the Xyle ult. So the Xyle ult is great for that, right? Because it sends you invulnerable for a second, puts out all your feathers, you can pull it back, you get guaranteed damage, and if 3 of them hit, you get a root, right? So it's gonna let you hit another Q onto them, another couple autos, but it also gives you a little bit of mobility without getting hit by that tower.
Yeah, which is definitely massive. So here we are still carrying on. We have a lot actually of pressure towards this mid lane side coming here now, as Ricky actually in the top lane will have help from Fresh, and they are going to try to take out this top laner from Bay State, but I mean, nothing really going to be happening from that play. We do see Ricky is actually still stacked up there with Fresh. Fresh is still staying with Ricky as for now. They have summoned the Rift Herald, and that is going to be over towards Ricky in the top lane, I do believe. Yes, it is. There's the blast, and it will get a significant amount of damage onto that Bay State turret.
Yeah, big engagement coming out here in the bot lane as Barlow is going to get jumped on by Skittles and Potato, and that is going to be a kill on Barlow. FaZe trying his hardest under this tower.
Wow, yeah, FaZe is going to be cleaned up from Jurassic there, and that was just such a tough situation to be in. But that Rick Herald is getting a lot more than what, it was asked for, right? They will get 2 charges, and this is going to be a Dragon coming through from Bay State. This is where you could have a problem if you're St. Clair. This Dragon goes into Bay State's hands. They're going to have 2 of them now with a slight gold advantage, and it's just a recipe for disaster. But oh my goodness, the top laner from Bay State being Acura, who will find the fall down there. That's going to be so big from St. Clair to find that pick.
That's the highlight machine Lee Sin, right? We see the kick flash coming out there. It's going to be perfect. It's going to set him up for Ricky. Akira can't do much, and that is going to be 2 towers for the St. Clair top lane, right? They were able to pick up 5 plates and that first tower. Meanwhile, Skittle's going to come in here to try and deny them that, and Fresh is going to take some damage there.
Ricky not in a great spot here. He is going to finally get shut down there, and that bounty will be able to get retrieved from the side of Bay State. So Bay State, yeah, they might be leading, 10 kills to 5 here now, and they might have these 2 dragons, but St. Clair, regardless, will have a minor gold lead here. So, each team does have their own little benefits as of right now, but it's been very, very even so far, and it's still anybody's game to win, and it's definitely what I was looking to see, so I'm very happy to see that.
Yeah, definitely a much more entertaining game than last game, right? It's always nice to see. I mean, we're in the 12-minute mark, right? And gold is almost like, it's basically the same, right? There's 600 gold up on St. Clair's side, but I mean, that can take him back from like so much.
Yeah, so this top lane gank could be something big here. Now it is going to be the replay coming through from this top lane gank, just as we were talking about. Taking down Acura, who that is so big. The highlight reel plays that you were talking about from the Lee Sin going to come through. And there is the final dive. Fresh will clean that one up, and that is just a beautiful execution from St. Clair.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a reason we love to watch Lee Sin too, right? He's so stylish, and when you put him in the right player's hands, right, it's just the way he like flies around the team fight is just so satisfying to watch.
Exactly. Yeah, just all around, right? I mean, he's just over from one side of the map to the next or whatever it may be, just flying all around these team fights. So here we are just carrying on, though. It is going to be St. Clair. They need to find some sort of an asset here, right? I do actually spot out Skittles, and they do actually get some tags down, but I'd really like to see St. Clair find this next dragon.
Yeah, I want to see them play towards the bot side if they can.
Oh boy, we have a big fight. FaZe and Barlow are just going to be quickly shut down. Jurassic with the double kill. Oh my goodness, what a play. That is going to be a turret now who is also very, very vulnerable to the side of St. Clair. That was a big play over towards that bot lane for the side of Bay State.
Yeah, meanwhile in the mid lane, Zephyros is going to have to use the wall of soldiers to save himself. And he should be getting out here scot-free, although Skittles is going to chase him a little bit into the jungle as Fresh being chased down here. This red buff, they're going to fight over this red buff actually, but it is turning into a 3v1.
Not for long, though. Skittles going to fall off to his team there, being Potato, being Ralik, being Akira, who, I mean, it's essentially a 4-on-4 here at this point in time, as it is going to be everybody from Bay State falling off. You see a couple players channeling back to the home base, and Ralik going to still be there trying to just move along from his own pace, but these should be some turret damage coming through from St. Clair in the process.
Yeah, I want to talk about what we saw in bot lane just there too, right? Admiral Potato coming in, the Recon ult, and the knockup. It's just the sheer time that they can't move, right? Like, St. Clair has literally no options here. So as you can see, Skittles gets spotted out by that ward, right? And Barlow's going to come take in as much damage as he can. But there it is. The ult comes through. The W comes through. Jurassic putting in so much damage. And the Glacial Augment, too, is going to help them out there, too. Like, Barlow can't move. FaZe can't move. The flash was saved by Barlow, actually. Not burnt there, but I think he just died too fast to even use it.
Yeah, so FaZe and Barlow here on the move. It is going to be Skittles looking to hunt them down from behind, but regardless, Skittles isn't too focused on these players here right now. So we do have FaZe and Barlow trying to, push through their turret. But you have Jurassic here, you have Potato here, you have Skittles here. You have such a problem to deal with. That's going to be Jurassic now on the Unstoppable, taking down yet another player. Barlow and Fresh are going to be in there. Fresh is actually going to go for a dive. Zephyros in there as well. Ricky is going to be coming in and cut them off from behind. That's a big shutdown to start us off here. Skittles and Ralik and Jurassic are all trying to sneak away. Zephyros and I believe Barlow, the first ones to go hunting. Zephyros is still looking to come through. Ricky is still hunting as well. And I mean, oh my goodness, it's going to force Bay State to just have these players run all the way back. Rallick has been stopped now down in the tracks. Fresh has jumped in. This is getting a lot more intense. Fresh is going to be taken on 1 HP. He will make it out with his life somehow. Rallick is still here. Akira, who will take down Barlow. But, I mean, so far, I think this was 2 for 1 in favor of St. Clair as of right now. If they could just find this last one, it would be so big. But Akira, who going to jump onto Fresh? Oh, my goodness. What is I witnessing right now?
Perfect W out there from Fresh to able to run away. Rallick, he's going to try and chase down Fresh here with the last of his life, but Zephyros is able to dash in there and get the kill, save Fresh's life, although I don't think Rallick had just enough damage to kill Fresh there, considering the shields that were coming out from the rest of his team, but yeah, we are going to see St. Clair start getting this dragon, like you said, right? We want to see St. Clair try to get this dragon. It is an Infernal Soul now, so a lot of damage, like that's going to be a lot of damage helping them out if they do secure
Yeah,
this.
but there is blue looking to steal, and it's not going to be the case this time. That's going to be St. Clair able to maintain that dragon and take it for themselves. So now with that gold lead, they do have a dragon to their name as well. So, you know, they do have something there a little bit to counter those Bay State dragons. St. Clair looking to continue with their path, and I mean, St. Clair really been looking like they've been doing pretty steady here so far. This game is still so even. Like I haven't seen a League of Legends game this even after 17 minutes and quite a bit of time.
Yeah, Barlow caught out once again. He is able to use the 90 caliber net to just dash over that wall, but I mean, like Akira, so much damage onto him. I mean, it's an ADC. You can't really fight the Camille, but I would like to see Barlow and Fresh, or Barlow and FaZe just head top lane here to try and match like their opposing bot lane, because like I'd rather not see Barlow just continually get caught out by the Camille, right? He's already 1 in 5. Like at least give him a chance.
Yeah, the bot lane is something that's just struggled all day for St. Clair, to be completely honest. I mean, first one, you can't really give them too much hate against York because it is just going to be the bot lane picks coming through from them. So it is going to be St. Clair just at an immediate disadvantage. But here in this one, this is where it's a little bit more gritty, right? It's the bot lane is just almost feeding into the side of Bay State at this point, really looking to turn things around. If you can steal this Rift Herald, if you're St. Clair right now, that'd be so big. But it does look like they are going to push Fresh and FaZe off of the steal position. So now forcing them to play way back.
Yeah, Fresh, like, he could have went in on that Q, but I don't even think it was worth it at that point, right? Considering how even the golds are, and that St. Clair got that first Rift Herald to keep the gold even, like, they can lose that and be safe, considering the rest of their team was not there for support, right?
Exactly. So here we are, still just these mid-fights as of right now, as it is going to be just a lot of poke and fall back. Still 14-8 kill-wise here, but we do see Skittles and Ricky getting into potentially in a little bit of engagement here now. Ricky, yeah, he's getting collapsed on by 3 players. He's going to get rooted here now, and it is just going to be 4 of them on him, shutting him down. That is going to be Ricky now falling to 4 and 4. So St. Clair's been doing a all right job of trying to take on these fights, but they have been getting collapsed on quite a bit. Now a Bay State Rift Herald coming through. This is a disaster for St. Clair.
Yeah, just a little too aggressive there from Ricky. Like, considering you had no vision of the other 4 players on the team, I don't think you should have went that deep into the jungle, even though you do have those turrets down. Like, there's no vision, no support from your teammates. All your teammates are bot on the dragon side, and it just lets them get a pick and get almost a whole inner turret mid, right? With that
yeah, that
Rift
was
Herald.
almost 2 turrets gained here from the side of Bay State. Now, that Rift Herald definitely does help a ton here. Like you were saying, almost taking the second one. It's down to almost next to a sliver of HP there. So it is going to be St. Clair here trying to turn things around, as it is going to be FaZe and Barlow once again teaming up together. FaZe going to get a nice little level up there to match out to his opponents. But
quick gold check here. We are going to see actually a very big gold gap in the top lane, right? I mean, Ricky, the CS numbers are up there, right? And the kills were definitely up there, as well as I believe he picked up a few shutdowns as well, which probably helps towards that, as well as all the plates, actually. I did forget about that. He got all 5 plates and the first turret, so that is a lot of gold towards him. But in the bot lane, a 3k gold gap from Jurassic as he's going to go on Zephyros.
yeah, I mean, we were talking about Jurassic before we even went into this game and, kind of how strong of a player he was. It's definitely coming to light here right now. Look at this play coming on. This could be big from FaZe and Barlow. It is going to be Rallick tagged down first here. Potato looking to follow up for some more damage as Ricky's fighting over here towards the top lane side. Sorry, never mind, bottom lane, as it is going to be against the Akira, who, the other top laner from the side of Bay State. Jurassic will get tagged down, but I mean, Fresh able to keep his life, Jurassic able to keep his life, but now Fresh is going to be getting dived on, going to take some cover from the turret. So overall, it is on right, but Ricky could potentially find this one here onto Akira Who, and Ricky will be able to do it. That's going to provide him even more of an advantage in the top lane.
Yeah, he may be able to he's going to be able to secure this bottom turret, which will actually help kind of offset like the weak side that we're seeing Bay State, right? Bay State is constantly grouped up towards one side of the map. And they're using that to their advantage, right? They got that perfect pick on Sephiroth. They were able to burn his Zhonya's and his ult as well. Jurassic using the perfectly timed Xayah ult to dodge Sephiroth's Azir ult. I mean, like, it's just like great skill showing coming out of here, and just great game sense as well. I mean, they know when they can fight. Meanwhile, on the St. Clair side, we've seen them go for a lot of greedy fights, right? And we're seeing that come out in the kill counts here, even though St. Clair is keeping the gold lead thanks to all of Ricky's side laning. Yeah, the kill counts are just not evening out here.
No, the kill count is something that's been kind of like separated all game long. Like St. Clair's been trying to inch their way back, but it was 14-8 just a minute ago. Now 16-9, so it's just been one more in favor of Bay State since then. So it's gonna be a big dragon coming through for St. Clair. It is gonna be the same kind as last time though, so it doesn't give them too much of a buff in that regard. But now if they do get 4 of them, they do get that nice little super buff there from St. Clair. So it could be very, very big. But yeah, FaZe coming in here, and this is actually gonna be Skittle getting quite aggressive, as well as Akira Who. That is gonna be Potato diving in. No kills coming through quite yet. Some damage has been inflicted all around, however, and it does look like we will see Bay State look to fall off. Potentially will be running into Barlow, but it doesn't look like we're going to see that come through.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this bot lane today. This is not the same bot lane we saw last week. But I mean, I guess that just shows the strength of Bay State and York's bot laners from today. Like
Jurassic, just going in right away. From what I've heard, Jurassic, looking at his ranks, looking at his solo queue here, it all looks like he's definitely one of those really big bot lane players. And so for him to come through and just really prove his dominance is so big for the side of Bay State. Honestly, you're not in this position if you're Bay State right now without Jurassic.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 9-2 sitting there in the bot lane. Like, the amount of... not only were they getting ganks from Skittles at the starting, like, the amount of just sheer double kills that Jurassic and Potato were able to just, like, pull out with just their resources that they had at hand, right?
So this Baron could be big, but do we see a contest? Yes, we do. There is going to be one player from the side of Bay State here to try and steal. Now everybody from Bay State trying to swarm in here and potentially play off of this Baron. You will see all the St. Clair Saints fall off of that one, as it is going to be all towards Bay State here now to try to clean up this Baron, but looks like they're going to be falling off it a little bit here now too. Pretty interesting situation as we see a lot of players focused towards this mid lane positioning.
Yeah, a little bit of a skirmish there around the Baron, but I like seeing St. Clair just leave it, right?
Yeah.
They're not winning these team fights right now. They gotta wait. I like the idea of trying to go for it, but yeah, they definitely do just have to leave that one. But keep in mind, they do have the tools to stop Bay State from taking their own Baron. They definitely can contest this. Ricky is going to go in here. He's getting charmed and everything, though.
Yeah, Jurassic's just going to go on an absolute rampage. I mean, Ricky's so close there. Jurassic remaining on a sliver of health, but it is going to be, once again, Ricky falling there. Oh my god, the shutdown! That was massive coming through. I believe that was from Barlow?
That was from Barlow, yeah. That was the Caitlyn ult that came through. And Potato tried his best. He tried his best to W it and block that. But I mean, he just barely missed it by a
team fight coming in
sliver.
here now as Fresh is going to be the first frontline defense. Sephiroth there, quick support. It is going to be the top lane from Bay State, quickly tagged down. Being accurate turn Who here. You see some channeling coming through as well. Potato going to be getting out of this fight, and it does look like Relic and Co are just going to be here to play off this one. But Sephiroth is looking to potentially go and get some more CC for himself here. Barlow and FaZe gonna, just take some more money as well for themselves. And at this point in time, if you're St. Clair, you're just trying to maintain this gold advantage you kind of have.
Yeah, that was nice to get. It probably should have been a 700 gold shutdown from on the Xayah. I don't know exactly what it was. But that is going to help Barlow come back into this game, right? We're seeing him almost get to that second item. But, I mean, Jurassic's sitting at 3 items right now. He's got the IE online, Collector IE. He's going to be doing so much damage. He's going to be 1 or 2 tapping Barlow and FaZe at this point. Zephyros, even with the Zhonya's armor, it's not even gonna help him that much. But like we saw there, if they can get the team chemistry down and that range damage down onto Jurassic, they definitely can get those picks, right?
Yeah, it'll turn everything around if we do actually see that. So now over the 25-minute mark. I mean, at this time last game, we were already pretty much near wrapping this one up. So this game, I mean, I feel like we are going to see a lot of bigger plays coming through here in this next few minutes or so, and that'll really kind of swing the outcome of this game. But the Baron is looking to get attacked here from the side of Bay State. They're doing a fairly good job so far, over half the way down. I don't know. Oh, St. Clair is here and ready to look into contest, but this team fight is going to be a difficult one for them to try and win. This is not looking good so far, as it is going to be Ricky, the first one, going down there to Skittles. Now the other four looking to split up between these two little lanes here and try to maybe potentially get away. Skittles will be going down. Barlow and Zephyros going massive. That's going to be Zephyros rooted up in front. He is still doing some damage, though. Will be finally taken down from Potato? Will we see any more frags come out? Fresh is trying to do whatever damage he can. The hunt is there. Akrahu is looking to take down Fresh. Fresh looking to sneak out. Barlow and FaZe are hunting down Akrahu, the top laner from Bay State. The cleanup is there from FaZe, and that is an all-right play from St. Clair. I mean, it could have been better, could have been worse, but wow, that was a hefty engagement.
Yeah, I mean, considering how that fight started with the Rakan basically making the rest of the team useless while they picked out Ricky there, great turnaround from St. Clair to push Bay State into their own jungle and kind of force Akira to get caught out there with all three people. Barlow was just laying on the pain there as he was able to take down Akira, make it a 3-for-2.
And that's another dragon there for St. Clair, so very, very big to at least have that for yourself. But here we go, a little bit of a replay fight. Take this one away.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Barlow get the ult there onto the Karma, right? The rest of the team very stuck out here. Fresh tries his best to get Jurassic, but the shield is going to come out from Rakan. And we can see Akira gets caught out here with the three St. Clair players. Well, Fresh staying back there, but FaZe and Barlow are just chasing him down. There's not much he can do there. He's split off from the rest of his team. He has no more mobility up. Like we said, he's got TP Ignite. There's no flash to get away there. So he's just going to have to soak that one. As St. Clair gonna set up once again around this Baron side. It seems like we're just seeing Baron fight into
Baron
respawn,
yeah.
into Baron flip, into like.
It's just like delaying the game here almost, right? It's almost like delaying the inevitable. Like, what is going to happen here eventually, right? It's a Baron fight reset, but then we're going to see something big come here soon. It is going to be FaZe, I think, sorry, Fresh tag down as Jurassic will get the cleanup once again. Jurassic just so strong right now that it's so hard for anybody on St. Clair to be going up against Jurassic.
Yeah, like 4-item ADC sitting here. The only person on St. Clair that is even close is Ricky, but he's even an item behind at this point. And he can't really fight Jurassic too much with the amount of peel that Bay State has from the rest of their team. So we're going to see the bot lane here from St. Clair as well as Zephyros go in. But they're going to try their best, but there's not much to do.
So big! That's going to be the Baron. I think going down there for St. Clair. That is now going to be Bay State completely getting tagged down from this side of Aspect. Zephyros and Skittles getting into a very big engagement. Skittles will fall, and that is going to now be a couple more players from Bay State forced to fall off there all week. Ricky going hunting, though. I don't think he knows this is a great idea or not, but he is going to allow all three players to probably channel back here. FaZe might be taking an engagement. Barlow coming in, and Potato not going to actually pop the channel, but I don't know if we're going to see any engagements actually come through.
Yeah, I would like to see Barlow just try and throw an auto onto Potato there, but he may have just been out of range. But yeah, I mean, I want to talk about Zephyros right now, because we were talking about Ricky earlier on in the game, right? Barlow's ults are coming in now that he's got a few items, but Zephyros, these knockups from the Azir ult have just been crazy. I mean, every team fight we're seeing him hit like 2-3 people, if not more, get so much damage down. And then there we're seeing the Shurima shuffle there into the Baron as Akira gets zoned out. Look at that!
Wow. That was so big. Yeah, he's been using that to his advantage all game long and very, very well. Yeah, finding, I think that was 2 to 3 players there for the side of Bay State, and that just opened up everything for St. Clair to try to do what they know how to do. It is going to be finally moving on from that one, though, and then that's really draws this one back to St. Clair's, kind of real here a little bit. They have themselves now a 5k gold advantage. They have, the Dragon advantage. They have the Baron, I do believe, as well. So St. Clair's got kind of the cards up their sleeve here now.
Yeah, Barlow and Fresh, though, in a tough position here, as both teams are going to disengage. Never mind.
Yeah, Fresh is not going to disengage. Zephyr coming in here as well. Barlow coming for the support. Ricky following up as well. It is going to be the side of Bay State running back home here to their Nexus, as St. Clair just continuously is applying this pressure down the field. And you're way down into Bay State's Nexus area here now, as it is going to be Skittles, Potato, Rowlick, all of them just getting way back behind these turrets and playing their life. St. Clair could have a lot of good map control here now, though, Fundy.
Yeah, I mean, right now, they're going to have the Baron buff up for this next dragon that's coming up in a minute. That's Infernal Soul. That's so much damage coming out. Like, as much as the damage from Jurassic is, like, super high, nobody can match him, right? But the rest of Bay State cannot keep up in this team fight when Zephyr is just laying on the pain during these fights. I mean, the soldiers are there. He's safe himself, but he's constantly autoing. He's constantly getting this damage off. He's got the Crown of the Shatter Queen to keep himself safe. I mean, the Nashor's 2s is there, and the Zonias, which we've only seen him have to pop once this game, might I add. I mean, it's just a very strong team fight from St. Clair. And like I said in the pregame, I mean, the Zephyr ult is going to be what changes the team fight. It really is the strongest tool that St. Clair has right now to stop Bay State's comp. As we are going to see both teams group up towards this dragon with 20 seconds left before it spawns.
Yeah, 20 seconds until that dragon does come in. This could be a very, very big team fight developing here slowly but surely. It's just cooking up at the time. But you do see St. Clair fall off their positioning a little bit, headed right back towards, you know, this mid kind of map presence. And now the dragon is looking to come down here. If St. Clair does find this one, they will get themselves a super rush. All 5 players from Bay State are coming through. St. Clair, I don't know if they're going to be able to take this fight here. So much damage being inflicted from both sides. There's mayhem going on the screen here right now. And that is going to be another big one. Oh my goodness!
Like, this is what we're seeing every single time, right? Zephyr, 1, 2, 3. I think that was a 4-man ult right there. Barlow able to pick up a triple kill. And, oh, we're actually seeing the Zephyr TP coming down to bot lane. He is going to get this inhib as they're chasing down Potato. FaZe is chasing down Potato. What is he able to get the back off? Does he cancel it? Oh, FaZe canceled his back.
Yeah, this is all looking good for St. Clair here now. The work has been put in. They are doing what they need to do. All the turrets are going down. The work is there. And yeah, I mean, St. Clair, this might be wrapping it up here. You see all the pressure getting put onto the Nexus, and that will do it justice. St. Clair will find the win over Bay State College here in the NECC preseason. Now advancing to a 1-1 record after losing the initial one of the night to York there. But wow, St. Clair and Zephyr and company really just locking it in and closing it out.
Yeah, honestly, while technically the gold gap, right, it was pretty even during the game, right? I would say that's a comeback from St. Clair. Considering how ahead the bot lane was, considering Ricky got ganked at the starting,
they had
right?
2 dragons to none.
Yeah, 2 dragons to none. They were able to pick up the 3rd dragon. Like, they would have gotten the Infernal Soul had they not had the resources to end the game, right? And also FaZe at the end there, able to just follow Potato all the way around the map, get the kill, like stop them from canceling or stop them from defending the base as much as he could. But yeah, great plays from St. Clair in those team fights all around. Great plays from Zephyr. I want to give him like MVP that game. Like
we'll have to walk over the nest and shake his hand. Be like, hey, you get a good handshake.
Seeing like, oh, he went on demon time this game.
You know, I was on Twitter before this, get my little Twitter fingers going, and, I was like, all right, I'm expecting Zephyr to go on Demon Time. I need you to go on that Demon Time, Zephyr. And he brought it out here in the second one. We'll do the work there, and some big plays coming through. So regardless, St. Clair finding the win over Bay State, going 1-on-1 on the night. I think you called it a bit of a W of a night. The first one might have been a little bit rough, but, you take a lot away from the second one. That was a really good practice game. It was fairly even all around. Yeah, St. Clair maybe a little bit of a comeback, but the first one, you got to go back, maybe look at that VOD, take away some new things from it. But regardless, a half-decent night here for NECC League of Legends.
Yeah, definitely very exciting last game. First game was, let's call it a warm-up game. No, but first game, rough for St. Clair. But yeah, second game, they are going to come through in the best of 1 series against Bay State Blue. They are going to come off that win. honestly, past the 25-minute mark, that was all St. Clair's game.
Yeah, St. Clair-
Convincing win at the end there.
It was really even out. When we were at the 25-minute mark, I was like, is this like where is this game going right now?
Yeah.
Like, essentially, like what direction is this game going? And the Saints built the path. They set the direction, and that is exactly what we saw come through there. So St. Clair finding the one tonight over Bay State, and yeah, I mean a fairly good night here. We do have one more week of NECC preseason before we do actually hop into regular season. So 2 more preseason games, but tomorrow we do have what? Sealoft.
Sealoft,
yes.
3 p.m. tomorrow. Don't want to miss that.
No,
I mean,
you do
Sealoft,
not.
it is the Collegiate League of Legends League, right? The official one, so it's obviously super hyped to see. It is also their regular season rather than the preseason games we're seeing tonight.
Yeah,
so definitely exciting. Don't forget to catch that, right?
Yeah, CLOL on Saturday and Sunday. We got CRL qualifiers, I believe it is. So a lot of Rocket League, a lot of League of Legends coming your way this weekend. So be tuned. Saints giving CA on all socials to follow all the news or to follow any of the broadcasts. So we will be live here all weekend as well. But regardless, we are going to be talking a little bit of our sponsors here. Crunchyroll, they were joining us last semester and are here with us once again. They're going to be our newest sponsor. Welcome to Crunchyroll. Getting a 14-day premium trial for free at crunchyroll.com/Saints. They are essentially the Netflix of anime. Any anime show you want to watch will most likely be on Crunchyroll. 14-day premium trial for free, crunchyroll.com.
I just got to point out right now, anime right now is going crazy. So if you are an anime fan or you haven't watched any anime before, definitely pick up that free trial because like all the shows right now are very good. So don't forget to use that free trial. Thank you, Crunchyroll.
Yeah, and thank you to the rest of our sponsors as well. So thank you, Tim Hortons, Subway, the St. Clair SRC, and the St. Clair College Alumni Association, as well as the Zeckelman School of Business and Information Technology. And now, with that being said, let's talk about our merch. And let's wrap this one up here for the evening. So it is going to be acquire.ca/Saints. Get all of your Saints merch, jackets, jerseys, t-shirts, crew necks, hoodies, flags, masks, anything you can imagine. Essentially, kind of like the Saint Dark Mode is what we've been calling it here. That's all going to be at acquire.ca/Saints. All very comfortable and all very affordable. Get your merch today, and you will not regret it.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely got to get myself one of these jackets. I see everyone wearing them, and I decided to go with the crew neck, but I may have to get one of the jackets.
Yeah, for sure. And with that being said, though, everybody, that should be kind of wrapping us up here for the night. My name was Jackson the Pride Brown, joined alongside Josh Funny but Funny. Thank you so much for joining me on the League of Legends broadcast here once again tonight for NECC preseason. I'll be back on the mic for you guys here tomorrow or Sunday and casting some more League of Legends and Rocket League. Besides that, though, that will be wrapping us up for the evening. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll catch you guys all on the next one. On to Akira Who, but it's just not going to be enough to be able to get that cleanup, but there is still a little bit of engage going on here. Skittles, too, actually, will be coming through up here to help, and this could be Ricky losing his life nice and early on. That's going to be the first blood going in favor of Bay State there. The top lane fight going to come through. Ricky.
Bot lane skirmish coming out.
Yeah, the skirmish coming out for sure. It is going to be FaZe getting tagged down and shot through. Ricky here now, very weak. Akira Who will find that one over towards the top lane. Jurassic will be getting cleaned up there from Barlow, but Barlow is in a sticky situation, and Admiral Potato will be the one to shut.
Yeah, Azir, he's definitely got a lot of poke, right? But Karma is just not a champ that's going to be like having those crazy solo kills at the starting or doing anything like that.
That's it. Top lane. Yeah, top lane getting into quite the engagement. It's going to be Akira Who there closing out, so that is going to be a night long here so far between these two players, but it is going to be Ricky getting jumped on here now, Skittles, and it is going to be Akira Who. It is going to be Ricky now into a tough situation. He will find one there, at least taking down Akira Who. Skittles is also tagged down, so this could be big, but it doesn't look like Ricky will find anything in that regard as of yet. Jurassic and Barlow getting into an engagement as well.
Yeah.
You could have a problem if you're St. Clair. This dragon goes into Bay State's hands. They're going to have 2 of them now with a slight gold advantage. And it's just a recipe for disaster. But oh my goodness, the top laner from Bay State being Akira Who will to actually get some tags down. But I'd really like to see St. Clair find this next dragon.
Yeah, I want to see them play towards the bot side if they can.
Oh boy, we have a big fight. FaZe and Barlow are just going to be quickly shut down. Such a problem to deal with. That's going to be Jurassic now on the Unstoppable, taking down yet another player. Barlow and Fresh are going to be in there. Fresh is actually going to go for a dive. Zephyrot's in there as well. Ricky is going to be coming in and cut them off from behind. That's a big shutdown to start us off here. Skittles and Ralik and Jurassic are all trying to sneak away. Zephyrot and I believe Barlow, the first ones. If they could just find this last one, it would be so big. But Akira Who going to jump onto Fresh. Oh my goodness, what is am I witnessing right now?
Perfect W out there for Fresh to able to run away Ralik, he's going to try and chase down Fresh here with the last of his life, but Sephiroth is able to dash in there and get the kill. Save Fresh.
Going massive. That's going to be Sephiroth rooted up in front. He is still doing some damage, though. Will we finally take him down from Potato? Will we see any more frags? Well, Fresh is trying to do whatever damage he can. The hunt is there. Akrahu is looking to take down Fresh. Fresh looking to sneak out. Barlow and FaZe are hunting down Akrahu, the top laner from Bay State. The cleanup is there from FaZe.
The bot lane here from St. Clair, as well as Sephiroth go in, but they're going to try their best, but there's not much to do.
So big. That's going to be the Baron. I think going down there for St. Clair. That is now going to be Bay State completely getting tagged down from this side of Aspect. Sephiroth and Skittles getting into a very big engagement. Skittles will fall.